Good evening, I'm Ian Hanomansing. Tonight, outrage in Montreal. A black teenager, a police officer, and a knee on a neck.
So it's like as usual. So nothing changed, nothing changed.
The reaction and the investigation. Also tonight, both relief and worry. Alberta gets set for a wide reopening.
It's very unknown what's going to happen.
The coach of the Montreal Canadiens tests positive for COVID-19.
The key thing here is, like with anything, the details are obviously very, very important.
And social media meets the scientific method.
You want to give them a path to credible information.
On the front line of online pandemic talk. This is The National. Searing images captured in Montreal have led to angry questions for police 13 months after George Floyd took his last breath under the weight of an officer's knee. The sight of a black high school student pinned down on a sidewalk with a knee on his neck is for many a disturbing echo of that pivotal day in Minneapolis, and what many had hoped was a turning point away from that risky use of force by police. Here's Alison Northcott with the fallout.
This video was filmed last week, showing police arresting a black teenager, an officer's knee on his neck.
A young boy, 14, 15 years old, handcuffed in the back, face to the floor, who didn't oppose any resistance.
France Benjamin is a provincial politician who represents a riding nearby. The video shocked him.
And I saw a knee of a police officer on his neck. This is what I saw. After the George Floyd story, those type of reaction should be not allowed.
This video shows another arrest that day. Montreal police say they'd been called in by a local high school to break up a fight. They say one of the teens arrested had a taser, the other bear spray.
We are analyzing the situation because we cannot just take a video, which is partial and also provides only one angle of vision. So we are going through the intervention, the circumstances.
The mother of one of the teens, whom we agreed not to identify, says he wasn't involved in the fight police were called about and says now he's afraid.
It's not because that we're black that we have to experience those kind of things, because we're human.
Why do they think that they can do this?
Marjorie Villefranche runs a Haitian community center and knows one of the boys.
We are used to those things, but we thought that after George Floyd, that will never occur anymore. And it starts again. So it's like as usual.
Neck holds are not prohibited by Montreal police, but Mayor Valérie Plante says council passed a non-binding motion last year to stop them unless it's a last resort.
We need to know what happened and why it was used.
Je n'ai pas aimé voir cette photo-là.
Premier François Legault says he didn't like seeing those images and says he'll work with police to prevent this from happening again. But others want more than that and are calling for an independent investigation. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
Let's turn to another story playing out in Montreal tonight. In the heat of the playoffs, the head coach of the Canadiens has tested positive for COVID. And as Devin Heroux explains, that means the entire team has more than just the Vegas Golden Knights to worry about.
More than 18,000 fans crammed into T-Mobile Arena in Vegas for the first two games. No masks, no distancing, a party. That was exactly the scenario that had caused Canadian health officials to pause before giving the Canadiens a national interest exemption to play. Their fear of a positive case coming true. Montreal's interim head coach Dominique Ducharme testing positive just over a week after getting his second dose. He's now in isolation as the team forges on in the playoffs without him. I spoke with Dominique, says the team's general manager. He's doing well. We are in contact with Health Quebec and the protocols of the NHL. I don't know how long we will be without him.
Just because a couple of days ago this individual may have had very close contact with other people, it doesn't necessarily mean that individual was infected or contagious, for example, at that time.
So that is the concern now. Did his close contact with players on the bench, sometimes without a mask, start a spread? For now, no, all the players have tested negative, but Bogosh says the next few days will be telling.
You can imagine for the week ahead, they're going to be very, very careful about this and watch everyone extremely closely. You can imagine that there'll be a greater frequency of testing to ensure that people, if they are positive, you can detect them very early before they're transmissible to other people.
The Bell Centre in Montreal mostly empty tonight. Some 3,500 fans sprinkled throughout, hoping Canada's only playoff team remaining can now defeat two opponents, the Golden Knights and COVID-19. Devin Haru, CBC News, Toronto.
The ban on non-essential travel between the United States and Canada has lasted more than a year. Already unprecedented, now Ottawa says those border restrictions will be in place at least another month. The goal, of course, is to contain COVID. While the intensity of the pandemic has varied, for most of 2021, the surges in the United States have been worse than Canada's. But now case rates have plummeted and are roughly the same. In both countries, vaccinations have something to do with that success. Katie Nicholson looks into why Canada is still closed and the stakes for opening up.
Basically, you want to blend in.
Larry Pasusic lives in Washington, and this is the only way he can meet up with his family.
It's maddening, actually.
When they cross this ditch on the Canada-U.S. border and picnic in this park, something they did for the first time last month.
So many tears and the biggest, squeeziest hugs of all time.
Today, the federal government made it official. The border will remain closed for yet another month.
That's another month of frustration. I mean, I'm missing being with my family. I'm missing coming to Canada.
But the Prime Minister promises options are on the way, at least for fully vaccinated Canucks returning home.
That's something that we will have in place in the coming weeks so that people can have a few more options if they're fully vaccinated this summer.
Not what tourist towns on this side of the border wanted to hear. This time of year, the streets of Niagara Falls usually packed. Today, practically a ghost town. Americans account for 50% of the tourism dollars here.
Upwards of 14 million people come here every year. 40,000 people count on tourism in Niagara Falls to put food on the table, to pay their rent, to pay their mortgage.
A frustration felt on both sides of the border. On Twitter, this New York congressman calling the decision well, you know. But in White Rock, support for the decision from beachside business owners heavily reliant on U.S. bucks.
It is affecting the business, but safety comes first.
Definitely, I agree. That's good for everybody, for now.
And so for now, these BC businesses will have to rely on local tourism. And the Pasusic clan will have to settle for picnics by the border ditch.
We have FaceTimed, but not very often. And it is nothing like giving somebody a hug.
So, Katie, we can see Washington State just over your shoulder. And what hope is there for Larry and his family in the coming weeks?
Yeah, Larry and his family are actually still in the park behind me. They're watching for Monday, at least the Canadian members of his family are. The federal government signaling today that it's going to release more details around what travel fully vaccinated Canadians can partake in and how the ArriveCan app might be used to sort of expedite border crossings. We heard from the Prime Minister today saying, maybe using the app to upload digital vaccination records. It's just a stopgap until the federal government really wrestles with what it's going to do around vaccination passports and also around when it's finally going to fully open the border. Ian?
Katie Nicholson on the border just south of Vancouver. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alberta is on track to become the first province in the country to remove all COVID-19 restrictions. Premier Jason Kenney announcing today that as of July 1st, the province will fully reopen. That means no mask mandates, no restrictions on gatherings, basically life back to normal. The province says it is confident moving forward now that 70% of those 12 and up have received at least one vaccine dose. Carolyn Dunn looks at the relief and the worry.
After more than a year of pandemic stress, Greg Smith is looking forward to sunnier days ahead for his Calgary Blues Bar. He's picturing the live music venue once again drawing capacity crowds.
Now that we're virtually at the other end, we're very excited, but it's very unknown what's going to happen.
That hesitancy comes from the scars the pandemic has left on his business, losing staff, customers, barely scraping by financially. Excited, but is a great way to describe the way many Albertans are feeling.
I think I'll take it slow and easy, but it'll certainly be nice to be out and around.
Others are ready to jump in feet first.
That's exciting. Yeah, I welcome it. Bring it on.
Today, Alberta's Premier and Health Minister brought it.
On July the 1st, on Canada Day, Alberta's public health measures will be lifted and our lives will get back to normal.
By mid-July, Calgary will host a scaled-down stampede. Even the thought has some health experts bracing.
That's an all-you-can-eat buffet. It will be able to spread throughout those crowds, and then they will disperse back to their hometowns, bringing the Delta variant with them.
The UK extended its lockdown for an additional month because the highly transmissible Delta variant is pushing up caseloads, and it's expected to become the dominant strain in Alberta too. This developmental biologist says a fourth wave in the fall is inevitable.
With such a fast, very transmissible variant and so many people not being vaccinated or being just half vaccinated, it can go through the population like a wildfire.
The Premier insists vaccines will keep the variant at bay and it's time to reopen.
Do so with confidence. Don't live in fear.
Certainly, the rest of Canada will be watching the fastest reopening plan in the country. Carolyn Dunn, CBC News, Calgary.
Less than a year before Ontario's next provincial election, Premier Doug Ford has shuffled his cabinet. In one notable move, former Finance Minister Rod Phillips takes over from Mary-Lee Fullerton as long-term care minister. Phillips himself was dumped from cabinet last December. He had taken a trip to the Caribbean while Ontarians were asked to stay home. The opposition NDP calls his new appointment deeply troubling.
It doesn't restore faith for families who are looking to ensure that our long-term care system is going to be improved.
A total of 15 changes to provincial ministries were announced today. Military reinforcements have arrived in Saskatchewan, the First Nation on James Bay, long plagued by a housing crisis, and for weeks now also a COVID crisis. The danger of that combination well known. And as Olivia Stefanovic explains, leaders are facing questions about why it took so long for help to arrive.
More boots on the ground. Canadian Rangers, already battling an unfolding crisis, now get more help from the military. Busy. COVID-19 infections have declined slightly in Saskatchewan, but there are still about 200 people sick, the majority children who aren't eligible for vaccination yet.
Cases remain far too high.
The Alpha variant continues to circulate in the First Nation, and so this new deployment.
The armed forces will be in the community until at least the end of the month to help with everything from isolation sites to delivering food.
Until now, the community had no room to quarantine members and too few testing kits.
It's an epidemic, it's a travesty. The issue really is overcrowded housing. There's 20 people in a house.
It's very concerning. I mean, we haven't seen numbers like this ever in our region.
The First Nation leadership blames the severity of the outbreak on a slow response from the federal government.
When there's a crisis, especially in remote Northern Ontario, things can't happen fast enough.
We have done our utmost to be there for the community. We know it's fragile.
The Minister of Indigenous Services says he's following up to see if any mistakes were made.
There is a preventative approach to all these deployments. And when they are not sufficient, we have to rally quite quickly.
Nearly a dozen community members have already been flown out of Saskatchewan for treatment. Health officials say the next week will prove critical in determining whether the new military support can help contain and end the outbreak. Olivia Stefanovic, CBC News, Ottawa.
There were cheers today in Kingston, Ontario, as the statue of Sir John A. Macdonald was taken down. The removal was authorized by City Council. Canada's first Prime Minister is now being reassessed for his role in setting up residential schools and letting Plains Cree die of famine. 2 veterans stood in protest against the removal. A Mi'kmaq student in Nova Scotia says she was shocked and hurt by course material that asked her to describe the advantages of residential schools. Today, the education minister called that material racist. Kayla Hounsell shows us how it all happened.
15-year-old Malika Jodri Martel was taking a grade 10 correspondence English course when she discovered outdated, offensive content.
Yeah, I got very overwhelmed and I was crying a lot and I just had to close it.
The Mi'kmaq teen eventually told her mother.
She said, "Mama, you're not gonna like the First Nations unit."
The material developed by the province in 2003 included this chart asking students to list disadvantages of residential schools as well as advantages.
I felt disgusted and upset.
Students must also consider a series of questions.
Why is there an alcohol issue for First Nations? Why is there an unemployment issue for First Nations? This is actually reinforcing racist thought. This is actually reinforcing the negative stereotypes.
Nova Scotia's education minister has called the family directly to apologize. The harmful material has been removed, and he's ordered a review of all of the province's correspondence courses.
It was very racist. This was very damaging information. This is something that was designed years ago. It was wrong then, and it's wrong now.
The minister says the province has worked with Mi'kmaq elders to design content around residential schools that's taught in class. 75 students are enrolled in the correspondence course.
They would have to write what are the advantages of being placed in a residential school, and they'll have to think about it and they'll have to write it down. So it'll stick with them, which is what bothers me a lot.
Her mother says she is grateful for the government's swift action, but it should never have come to this.
It took us in 2021 to say, whoa, what's this? That it shouldn't have been us, somebody else. How many eyes have looked over this?
She says she is encouraged by the many people, Mi'kmaq and non-Mi'kmaq, speaking up to condemn this material. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Bear River First Nation, Nova Scotia.
CBC News has learned that Canada is leading an international effort to push for an investigation into China's treatment of ethnic minorities. Already, Canada's parliament has called Beijing's actions genocide. In her exclusive story, Ashley Burke shows us what Canada will bring to the United Nations on Monday.
China calls them vocational training centers, purportedly integrating Muslim Uyghurs back into Chinese society. But there are reports of torture, cruel and inhumane treatment in Xinjiang, leaving family members in Canada to wonder if their loved ones are still alive.
It's tough. It's really hard. My own grandfather had been taken into one of these detention facilities, concentration camps for a few months. And after being released, he died shortly afterwards.
Now Canada will lead an international effort at the United Nations next week, a joint statement expected to be signed by more than 20 countries.
It's a bit late, but it's better than never. And I think that something needs to be done, and Canada is doing it now.
A draft statement obtained by CBC News says we urge China to allow immediate, meaningful, and unfettered access to Xinjiang for independent observers, including the High Commissioner, and calls for the end of the arbitrary detention of Uyghurs and members of other Muslim minorities.
This kind of human rights abuse really is tragically enabling to other violent regimes around the world. So we have to put a stop to this.
This MP is part of a separate effort by 60 parliamentarians from 18 countries. They're calling on the UN to identify and hold accountable the perpetrators and secure justice for victims.
This is an unprecedented coming together. That sends a powerful message, because up to now, China has been able to bully the democracies one by one.
But China is trying to shoot down the Canadian-led effort before it even launches, accusing Canada of covering up its own human rights abuses, including at residential schools. Some experts say expect more.
I think that China will be very active over the weekend to rally countries to its position, remind countries that if they want to receive assistance from China, they have to reject this proposal.
Ashley, if China's not happy with Canada's position, what might that mean for the two Canadians, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor, who are still detained in China?
Well, Ian, a former justice minister says that these changes on the world stage could actually help free the two Michaels. Not only does Canada have the support of the U.S. and the G7, now these two alliances, one among governments, the other among parliamentarians. Canada, he says, is not standing alone.
All right, Ashley, thank you.
Thank you.
The battle against racism took to the pitch at the Euro Cup. Next on The National, why players are taking flack for taking a knee. They spend their days online helping us separate pandemic fact from fiction.
Those with malicious intent, those trying to spread misinformation, they are very organized.
Expert communicators on how to cut through the confusion. And a Halifax thrift store gets ready to celebrate Nova Scotia's public health star.
It says live, laugh, love with Dr. Strang.
A moment for Dr. Strang love. We're back in 2. The Tartan Army invaded London today for the Euro Cup. They were in high spirits for the clash between longtime rivals England and Scotland. And this was the scene in Leicester Square. No physical distancing here. The main challenge, hanging on to your beer. In the end, there was no victory dance, though. The match ended in a draw. England's team had the advantage playing at Wembley Stadium, but they haven't been getting a lot of love from some of their fans. The players have been taking a knee in honor of Black Lives Matter, and sometimes it's to the sound of boos. Margaret Evans has that story.
England take a knee in the campaign to eradicate racism from football.
The English team last week taking a knee at their first match of the European Soccer Championship to a few boos from their own supporters.
The mixed reception is a clear indication that there is still work to be done.
The team has vowed to keep it up throughout the tournament. Their Scottish opponents joining them tonight, and this time applause won out. The English team hasn't wavered in its messaging.
We believe that it's a strong and powerful message, and because we believe that, why would we not do it in a massive European tournament?
Some British politicians have accused the players of playing politics, not soccer.
I just don't support, people participating in, that type of gesture politics to a certain extent as well.
Critics say comments like those either misunderstand or are an attempt to discredit movements like Black Lives Matter, that they ignore racial inequalities here in the UK and the impact of racial abuse on the players. The Football Association here has urged fans to respect players when they take a knee.
Look at this. A powerful image.
Kick It Out is an NGO dedicated to tackling racism in soccer. It says discrimination in all levels of the game has increased year on year.
Not enough being done. Tackling the social media networks and the messaging of hate against black players.
Founder Lord Herman Ousley says the unity of the English team is impressive.
They're prepared to be assertive. They have a better appreciation of the wider issues of injustice and inequalities.
Some worry the gesture of taking the knee is becoming lost, just another part of the pre-match routine without bringing change. Others believe it does have depth and reach. Musa Okwonga is a British author and sports journalist now living in Berlin.
The people kneeling would rather get on with life, but racism is stopping them from doing that. And if it's stopping them from enjoying their places of work, which is what the field of play actually is, then it has to go on the field of play too.
As it did again today. Margaret Evans, CBC News, London.
Now to this summer's other big sporting event, the Tokyo Olympics. With just 5 weeks to go, Japanese medical experts are set for a face-off with organizers. Some doctors fear the games will bring a spike in cases of COVID-19, and they want spectators banned. Japan is pushing ahead with the multi-billion-dollar games. Fans from overseas won't be allowed, but organizers have yet to decide about a home crowd. Time is tight for some top Canadian athletes to qualify. Veteran swimmer Brent Hayden will be trying this weekend, but as he looks down his lane in the pool, he'll also be focused on the future of his sport. Thomas Dagla explains.
Taking the plunge one more time.
Brent Hayden, Canada's fastest ever swimmer, competing this weekend to qualify for his 4th Olympic Games.
Not only am I just coming back to the sport, for myself, but I am going to be able to leave it in a better place for generations to come.
Brent Hayden looking strong. When Hayden won bronze in London a decade ago, he convinced himself that was it and retired at the top of his Olympic career. But now at age 37, he's back, buoyed by a plan to help the next generation of swimmers speak up for themselves.
For a long time, we've just kind of been doing what we've been told. We have an opportunity to actually make the sport more professional and actually make it more exciting.
Hayden is part of a brand new organization founded to give elite swimmers independent representation at big events like the Olympics. It's called the International Swimmers Alliance, a union of sorts meant to lobby for athletes' rights, inspired in part by the bargaining strength of players' associations in major league sports.
They've done that for years and years and years, and I think the Olympic movement is really starting to take note of that and go, hey, we have some agency to protect our rights as well.
While the Olympics are a multi-billion-dollar business and swimming's a big draw for the Summer Games, the athletes themselves often come up dry if they don't have sponsors. They want compensation from the Olympics and the World Championships.
What company doesn't pay their employees? And what would the Olympics be without athletes?
Consider it the latest sign top athletes are feeling increasingly emboldened to campaign publicly for social issues and fair pay. Now that Hayden has overcome injury and mental health struggles, he wants better conditions for the next generation.
We got to be able to get a seat at the table and be able to actually make some change.
But for him, first things first, Tokyo is calling. Thomas Dagg, CBC News, Toronto.
There's still confusion and hesitancy out there about vaccines, so tonight, some practical advice from the experts.
Hearing from a friend, hearing from a neighbor, hearing from someone in your community can be very persuasive.
They spend time online helping people sort through the science. Their tips on dealing with hesitancy next. For more than 15 months, living through a global pandemic has also meant living through an infodemic. False or misleading information, especially online, has often spread just as fast as any other outbreak. These days, much of that misinformation and hesitancy is around vaccines, something different groups of experts are tackling online, trying to separate fact from fiction.
I have spent decades studying misinformation, and holy cow, are we ever in it now.
And creating shareable content to answer your questions.
This was one of the most popular questions.
So tonight we want to hear from them, the science communicators, as we move toward a new phase of the pandemic. Samantha Yamin is a neuroscientist turned science communicator. You may know her as Science Sam online. And Tim Caulfield is a Canada Research Chair in Health Law and Policy at the University of Alberta. Samantha Yamin and Tim Caulfield, thank you both for being here.
Thanks for
having me on.
Samantha, let's talk about what emerged as kind of a big story yesterday. The government's advisory committee on vaccines saying that if you had AstraZeneca as a first dose, the preferred second dose was one of the mRNA vaccines. What did you think of the messaging yesterday?
I think it's that word preferred that we're seeing creep up again that might throw people off. It makes it seem like getting an mRNA vaccine for number 2 is the ultimate best, and if you didn't do that, you made a bad choice. And so while I think the advice to follow with an mRNA vaccine is good, I do want to remind people that if you didn't do that and if you already got your second dose of AstraZeneca, that's not bad either, and it offers great protection. They're saying it's preferred because of other reasons, including the incoming supply of mRNA vaccines.
But Samantha, both of you guys are science communicators. I kind of feel for NACI, the advisory committee, in a way, because the evidence seemed to have shifted. And how do you handle complex scientific issues involving COVID when the data shifts over time?
This is the challenging bit. It's good for science. Science always follows consensus and follows evidence. And when we learn new things, it's necessary for us to then change recommendations and policies. That makes it challenging when we're communicating things on the fly. And I think while in their report, which is now, over 170 pages, they include all that nuance. It doesn't always get translated in the fast communications that we usually receive day to day.
Tim, I asked some people on Twitter earlier in the week if they were looking for practical advice to handle vaccine-hesitant friends or family members, what sort of questions they would have. The good news is a lot of people responded and said they were looking forward to hearing advice from the both of you. And let me read one of the tweets we got from Stephen and Karen. Seems like many of us are surprised to find friends and family distrustful of vaccines, and we wonder how to discuss something we thought would never be an issue. Tim, what advice would you have for them?
First of all, have those conversations. It is really valuable. In fact, Ian, research tells us that hearing from a friend, hearing from a neighbor, hearing from someone in your community can be very persuasive, right? It's someone that you can relate to. So have those conversations. Number two, you don't want to shame. You don't want to be angry. Sometimes it's hard not to be angry because you're frustrated about the situation. Don't be angry. You want to listen. So important. Not everyone's hesitant for the same reason. You want to be patient. I know this sounds obvious, but you want to be patient. People will change their minds right in front of you. Does that ever happen, Ian? What you want to do is you want to give them a path to credible information. And that might include, suggesting they talk to a religious leader or suggesting that they talk to a primary care provider. And the last thing I'll say, Ian, is the other thing you want to do. You definitely want to be empathetic. Tell them a story. Tell them about why you got the vaccine. Give them that pro-social message that you did it for yourself, but mostly you did it for your friends and for your community.
Yeah, it's good advice. I was laughing because, yes, how often do you have somebody who after 45 seconds suddenly goes, you're absolutely right. That's a great point. But you do give very good. Yeah, absolutely. Now, Samantha, I'm sure you thought about this. I wonder about it. What is it about vaccines in particular, and it's not just COVID, we've seen it for years before, that fuels hesitancy?
What's interesting about vaccines is they're a preventative medicine. They're something that you take before you feel bad. In fact, you take it so that you never have to feel bad or deal with a disease. It's easy if you're feeling some pain to take a painkiller medication. You want that bad thing to stop. But when you feel fine, to take something, the way our brains are actually wired to process reward, there's no immediate reward after you get vaccinated, because when it works, which they do, you stay feeling good. And that makes the whole motivation to get vaccinated, especially when there are so many stories and there's so much misinformation, it makes it a lot harder to make that decision.
There is misinformation on social media, there is meanness, and it gets a lot worse. And I want to talk to both of you about the personal toll your work has taken, the willingness you are to get out there on these issues during these anxious times. So I want to play a short clip first of Tim reading what you call mean tweets.
Tim Caulfield, a self-proclaimed mouthpiece for the mainstream medical profession who never met a microphone he didn't like. You are a conceited, smug, smarmy, obnoxious ignoramus.
Okay, so you're having fun with that, but what isn't fun, Tim, is that you've received death threats.
Yeah, those are the nice ones. Those are the nice ones. It can be exhausting, and I know Sam feels the same way. The good news, Ian, is there's this wonderful science communication community in Canada, and I really think that we need to take steps as much as we can to support that community. Look, I'm old, I've been at this a long time, my skin is thick, but we've got to bring in diverse voices, we've got to bring in more individuals. We know debunking works. We know that having these scientific voices out there makes a difference, and I really think we need to create an environment that can make that happen.
And Samantha, what about you in terms of the mean or even worse kind of reaction you're getting? How has that been?
It has not been pleasant. I'm not going to say that it's easy, but as Tim said, it is something, unfortunately, that you have to get used to. The worst part for me is that it takes time away from the work that I actually want to be doing. And so I just want to remind folks, when you are on social media, remember that those with malicious intent, those trying to spread misinformation, they are very organized. They go in swarms to weigh down people like Tim and myself. And so when you see content that you like, I need you to be just as engaged. And it also helps to boost our our content in the algorithm so that they can persevere as opposed to those ones spreading misinformation.
That is such good advice. You know, a few times I've been kind of gotten this onslaught of negative tweets on a topic, and once in a while somebody will actually support what I've said, somebody I don't know, and it feels so good. So I actually like your advice, and I suggest people do that in the case of, you know, when they see either of you or any of the other scientists get, you know, become the victim of that kind of online abuse. And thank you both very much for the messages that you've sent out.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for supporting it.
A small town in Ontario is facing a very big decision.
Is money ever completely free with no strings attached?
The municipality has received millions of dollars from the same group that wants to bury Canada's nuclear waste there. The fierce debate dividing the community is next. Welcome back. The issue of nuclear waste is polarizing a small Ontario town. The community is a prospective site for an underground facility to store spent nuclear fuel. Opponents accuse the organization behind the project of trying to bribe the town into accepting the waste. Colin Butler looks at the raging debate.
Everywhere you look in Teeswater, everyone seems to have an opinion on its future. And rightly so. This small town has a big decision whether or not to host the nation's nuclear waste.
We don't want South Bruce to become the ground zero for all of Canada's nuclear waste.
Michelle Stein is firmly in the no camp. She's with the citizens group Protect Our Waterways, No Nuclear Waste. She also runs a sheep and cattle farm on the edge of town. If a deep underground nuclear waste site were to be built here, it would be right next to her farm. Stein thinks the nuclear industry is taking advantage of Teeswater, paying for things like parks, playgrounds, firefighting equipment, even small town doctors, grooming the community, she says, into becoming a willing host.
At the end of the day, the question is, why are they giving us this money? Is money ever completely free with no strings attached?
The municipality's March budget agenda listed the Nuclear Waste Management Organization, or NWMO, 121 times. All of it money from the agency for community projects. A recent report said the NWMO has given $3.2 million since 2012, a big investment in a community with an annual budget of about $12 million.
There's some people who see this money as a bribe. Do you see it that way?
Well, this money, as I said before, any large corporation that's going to come to a community donate money for different projects. No, I don't see this as a bribe.
Mayor Robert Buckle says taking the money does not come with commitment, and while the town could use the money, it'll be okay if it stops.
We are not dependent on this money.
This is downtown Teeswater. It's one of the many communities that make up the municipality of South Bruce. According to this pamphlet published by the municipality, South Bruce is on a downturn, it says. It hasn't happened overnight, but slowly and steadily, we are on a decline.
Teeswater isn't the only community getting this funding. So is Ignis, a town 2.5 hours northwest of Thunder Bay. Right now, the NWMO is drilling deep boreholes in both places, hoping to see if the geology of the ancient bedrock is right, to entomb some 3 million bundles of spent nuclear fuel half a kilometer below ground, or as deep as the CN Tower is tall.
It's really troubling to me that anybody would suggest that we're trying to buy the community's support. Nothing could be further from the truth.
The NWMO says the money is to build skills and infrastructure, and that the investment will stay in the community even if it says no.
There are no strings attached to that funding. That funding would remain in the community. And again, it's meant to invest in the long-term well-being of the community.
The group, Willing to Listen, was co-founded by Sheila Wittick. She says its members want to hear the NWMO out before making a decision.
We need to know all the information. We need to know what we're saying yes to, and we also need to know what we would be saying no to.
Nuclear power already provides 2/3 of Ontario's electricity. It also promises a carbon-free source of green power for generations to come. But more than half a century after Canada's first reactor, there is still no permanent disposal site in the country for the waste. It's why Wittick says there's a moral imperative to fix it.
Why should the next generation have to deal with a problem we created?
The debate that's fiercely divided this town will likely go on. The NWMO says it won't decide on a site until 2023. Construction won't begin for another decade after that. Colin Butler, CBC News, Teeswater, Ontario.
Next, the app that's aimed at getting more Canadians vaccinated sooner.
You don't have to go on Twitter and track it down. We just got a little message like, appointments are available tomorrow.
The special connection that inspired the American developers to launch it first in Nova Scotia. There's more good news on the vaccine front tonight.
By the end of July, will be over 68 million doses for Canadians.
That boost is largely due to an early shipment from Moderna and is enough to fully vaccinate every eligible Canadian. Already more than 75% of Canadians 12 and up have received at least one shot. That's one of the highest rates in the world. Less than 20% have been fully vaccinated. A new app aims to make it easier for people to get their COVID vaccination, whether it's their first or second dose. It notifies you where the shot's available and when. As Kayla Housel explains, its American creators had a special reason for launching the product in Nova Scotia.
Hey guys, it's a big day. I thought I'd take you along on the ride with me.
Jordan Bonaparte was really excited to get vaccinated, especially because he got the shot 9 days before scheduled.
Shortly after I made my booking, my wife had explained that online she found something called the VaxBot.
VaxBot is an automated tool that helps people find appointments. It's kind of like Vaccine Hunters Canada, a popular Twitter account that shares vaccine information. The difference is that VaxBot sends alerts to your device when it finds appointments within 40 kilometers.
You don't have to go on Twitter and track it down. We just got a little message like, appointments are available tomorrow.
The American developers created VaxBot because they were struggling to find vaccine appointments themselves.
My wife is a teacher here in Boston, and it was very hard to get vaccines, and schools were reopening. So I made a program that could quickly get her vaccinated. And we realized that if this is very easy to do for us, it should be available to everybody. It shouldn't be based on your technical skill.
They insist it's anonymous and not a business.
We do not make money. We don't want to make money. This is just purely to help the public.
In Canada, they launched in Nova Scotia because it shares close ties with Boston. The province sends a Christmas tree every year to say thanks for Boston's help during the 1917 Halifax explosion.
And I often thought, I wonder if the people of Boston even know we're sending a tree, and if so, why? Turns out at least this fella did, and thanks to that, I got my vaccine over a week earlier.
VaxBot is now available in nearly every Canadian province, and it is teaming up with Vaccine Hunters Canada.
It's incredibly difficult for people sometimes to make time to step away from their jobs and get vaccinated or find childcare. Sometimes it's logistically difficult, and VaxBot is a really great tool.
Let's go get my needle.
Bonaparte says it's all left him feeling hopeful. Kayla Housel, CBC News, Halifax.
A thrift store in Nova Scotia has some big plans for when it reopens tomorrow. Those are pictures of the province's chief medical officer. Many, many pictures. We'll let the owner explain next. The Souls Harbour Mission Mart is a thrift store staple in Halifax. They've been closed for months due to restrictions, but tomorrow is the grand reopening. They have big plans to celebrate with an ode to Dr. Robert Strang, Nova Scotia's Chief Medical Officer of Health, and their tribute is our moment.
It's weird and wonderful at the same time. Everyone here loves Dr. Strang. He is our hero. He has brought us through this pandemic. He's done so much, and we're just happy to be able to celebrate him a little bit. We had all these beautiful frames, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to just have a Dr. Strang Day and put his picture in all of these amazing frames? And so there's Dr. Strang in every way, shape, and form. Like, I have one in front of me, and it's probably backwards because of the camera, but it says "Live, Laugh, Love" with Dr. Strang. We all love it. We've all looked at this display, and some who weren't there when it was put up and they came the next day, it just catches you off guard. It's like, what is happening right now? Tomorrow is our grand reopening here at Mission Mart. So it's just really fun, and it's a great way to just celebrate the coming of summer and our reopening plan here in Nova Scotia.
Over the top? No, not at all. She certainly is very excited. And, you know, it's a reminder that we heard earlier from the science communicators, some of the ugly reaction they have received. Some public health officers have as well, but a lot of people have embraced those who have stepped forward during COVID, especially provincial public health officers across the country. So you can buy like a pair of sandals. I saw that sign there with a picture somewhere, I guess, of Dr. Strang. Anyway, that is the National for June 18th. I hope you can join me this coming Sunday for Cross Country Checkup on CBC Radio. That starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific, and then later that evening back here on the National. Good night.